Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we're continuing the journeys of our wonderful Warlock, Syken Burns. It is level 56 time, and with that we also have a few new jobs to do. We're in the Western Plaguelands. I haven't made any secret out of my dislike for this region in particular. I think it is one of the least friendly questing areas that you can imagine. I personally absolutely do not like it. Therefore, you will join me in my suffering when we are going to go through that as a 56 Warlock. In particular, what I don't like is this area lends itself to just way too much respawn. Also, multiples and a lot of haha got you moments where enemies are just engaging unnecessarily in combat. You're seeing here that a pack of Scarlet fighters is going right into the undead zone. Okay, cool. Even a rare. I'm hoping that they will aggro something other than these guys. Fortunately, well, no, that looks like a double pull to me. Single pull yet, but let's see if we can F around with these guys. I don't want to pull the Skeleton Terror, but I want this guy to pull. Of course, I'm regretting it instantly.
That's still recharging.
And the Scarlet Invoker is by far the most dangerous of all of them. So let's make sure that we get him down. That health is low. Mainly thanks to the Invoker. Alright. Let's get a new Void Walker. And suck this guy here dry. 15 minutes of needing to be way more careful because now we don't have Fell Domination anymore. But yeah, that's a solid quadruple pack, these Scarlet guys. My idea before engaging them was, you know what? Let's just fear them right into the enemies. That will certainly be a great idea. Because they will fight enemies and I can just pick them off. The moment that I put a fear on the first guy, that unfortunately triggered an entire battalion. All of them immediately went for me instead of for someone else. Now they finally got enough undeads to be overrun by themselves, so there is no point of me even interfering with them. I will simply get these guys down to have a little bit more room, because we want to go into that house.
That's still recharging.
Scarlet Crusade is still fighting against a few undeads, interestingly enough. Good. Biggest problem here, by the way, on this field is we are having a massive respawn fiesta. And this volatile infection prevents us completely from drinking regularly. That's just an absolute agony to deal with that. Skeleton Terrors, another problem. They fear, and with their fear,
I need to be closer.
they can easily let us run into other mobs. I don't need to explain why that is bad. We're leveling, we're draining ourselves fully up. There's the fear. Luckily I pulled him back far enough so that it doesn't matter. And I can tell you, by the way, we're soon going to be seeing respawns, which is why this whole entire area is just cursed. Taking extra damage with volatile infection, can't drink, can't eat, like at least for longer than 15 seconds at a time. And you have to deal with this setup. Finally, that volatile infection is gone and I can start drinking. Thinking about getting the rare for a 2 to 3 gold item. We also need to go inside in order to start Mrs. Dalson's diary quest, potentially the most difficult quest in that questing cycle here, which is why I wanted to showcase it. We're going to go for this guy. Let's see. Can we pull him single?
That's still recharging.
Good question. The answer is of course no. By being greedy, we did not only not pull him single, but we tripled.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging.
They are immune to fear. So we just need to use our speed to our advantage.
I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Try to minimize the hits that we're getting. Not the cleanest of all triple pulls ever. It's certainly one that is going to work. Yeah. I forgot one more thing why I don't like the Western Plague Lens. The abilities of the mobs are incredibly bad. So they range from instant respawn, which is random, so it can happen for some of the mobs, maggots in particular, as often as 10 times in a row, locking you into a very, very difficult battle. That's not a bad item. They do have fear, they do have plagues, that various plagues. Physical damage increased, yada yada yada. Fast respawn, slow, poison, energy drain, so stat drains, super high nuking power, like fire shock, fire blast, freezing. These mobs just have it all. The undeads here are lethal. Let me try to pull shortly through this again. It'll take some time because I needed to kind of clear the other pads, and then we're hopefully getting into that barn. Alright, it's as good as it gets. Oh, not yet. Moving on. Attempt number 2. So, good. Is it as good as it gets? I freed a little escape path. And let's try to fight these guys inside here, because that means that the fear that's inevitably going to come isn't going to fear us too far away into more. Luckily for us, fighting 2 at the same time is possible. Fortunate for us, it also means we gotta deal with both of the mobs. And of course, it's not just 2, We're talking about random patrols. Which, mind you, is a problem in itself. We unfortunately don't have the locked away quest, which would make this here super helpful because we need to go into the next building for that. And with the locked away quest we will then... Oh, we already do have that part. That was lucky for us, because now the Wandering Skeleton provides us with the outdoor house key, which we need in order to go behind. And then we can actually get the real key. Outdoor house key is right there. Locked away. Still taking damage. That disease is super nasty. Good. This here is going to spawn an extra enemy. We're going to kill him, get another key, and then we need to get into this building, which, mind you, is just as defended as the other one. I remember fighting this here on my shaman, and I was the entire time like, wow, why, with all of the drinking breaks in between, am I even doing that? It is excruciating. There's Farmer Darson. Alright, here we go.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet.
Now we do have nature damage inflicted every 10 seconds, so no more drinking for the next 3 minutes. See, that's the type of unfun abilities that the enemies are going to have. So I'll clear this entire area slowly but surely and fast forward it for you guys. Alright, after a while of pulling, we killed like half of the entire map. Respawn, Wandering Skeleton, more respawn, and we're now finally in a position where we can very soon enter this beautiful building. The problem is just these guys are on a 3-minute respawn timer. It's almost impossible to get them all down without having respawn. There are 5 mobs in total around here. One is wandering. There's a 3-pack inside that you need to break up. So it's tough, man.
I can't cast that yet.
Good. We need to get to the upper floor.
That's still recharging.
Trying to somewhat escape the insane respawns from the outside.
I need to target something first. That spell isn't ready yet.
Good. Careful with this guy because he can fear. And of course, with this.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Just dealing as much damage in a short period of time as we can.
I can't cast that yet.
And we might need to heal our Void Walker here. We most definitely need to heal our Void Walker thanks to that volatile infection on him. We're also taking disproportional amounts of damage. Good. You stay there. And we got volatile infection. That, of course, is a problem. I'll wait for the next tick. Voidwalker heals up. Good, that was the next tick. Only reasonable option for fast healing for me is to actually bandage in between the ticks of this disease, because that's fast enough, and we can't stay next to the Voidwalker.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that.
Luckily, it's only 2 minutes. That's an unfun disease if I've ever seen one. Okay, cool. 13 stamina. At least the reward is great. 2 more ticks and then we're finally done with taking damage. But we also need to get out. Good. I decide to drink up. Hopefully not against my better judgment. And then we're going to get out. There's a reason why there's a big fat red dot on this particular part of the map, because this quest is incredibly intense. Don't want to sound too complaining about it, but boy.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
The fun police better checks this quest, because I heard that people have too much fun with it. These blighted zombies are the ones that give this nasty, nasty disease. Volatile infection is what it's called. Over here is going to be the next respawn. I also gotta be careful, because Voidwalker has that disease. Wow, and the range is stupid. Just want to get that respawn here out of the way. What is happening outside? That's not great news either.
That's still recharging.
Let's hope no one is getting feared into these Scarlet guys. This whole place, you just gotta be really careful. Yeah, I don't want to pull 4 enemies outside, and you can see now things also on the inside are beginning to heat up. Luckily I waited, because that's the type of double pull that you don't want to see on top of whatever you're doing.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging.
Double fear.
I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Triple fear, wonderful. Luckily my dots are plenty strong.
I need more mana. My mana is low.
Good. Inside is clear and
That
safe.
spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Let's hope that these guys are continuing to walk. Man, I'm trapped in here. That's crazy. Okay. Okay, they're just deciding to stay there. Cool.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Well, we don't have the luxury of staying here forever. Quite the contrary, after this one we're going out. Gotta make a run for it. Yeah, we're being overrun by the undead here.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Trapped in a house with continuous respawns. I'm sure that the game designers had good intentions in bringing all of this together, but if you really look at it in detail, it's not great. So, not trying to pull 3, 2 is enough.
They can't join us. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I need
Luckily
more
these
mana.
guys are slow, so we're just going to kite them. Cool, and that concludes the first quest. Only took us like 20 minutes and a lot of gray hair. Good. We're moving on to killing some Scarlets because they were annoying, very much so.
They can't join us.
And all we gotta do is take revenge on them. That should be easy. Let's fast forward to them. Alright, we arrived at the Scarlet camp. These guys also have some abilities, but nowhere near as annoying as the undead abilities. With the exception of the Scarlet Invoker, which is a completely overtuned set of damage. So those guys are kill on sight first priority. And we gotta kill Scarlet Hunters, Medics, and I think Mages, so that'll be easy. As long as we can find them, of course, that is. Well, luckily we could layer if need be. Problem with the Scarlet Crusade, by the way, is also
It's too far away.
these guys are pretty tightly packed together, really. So you got to be careful with the pulling. What I like to do is pull from the very outside, and then pull the back. The medics are a bit problematic due to their healing abilities. By themselves they are actually okay, as you can see they have renew and flash heal. But if if you combine them with a lot of frontline and hunters in particular, then they become an absolute force to be reckoned with.
That spell isn't ready yet.
Because all of a sudden you're fighting way more hit points than you would beforehand. Good, 2 Scarlet Hunters, 1 Scarlet Mage, and we should be good to go. And then we can trade the quest back in and go for the follow-up quest, which are the named stronger enemies. Alright, well, we're in luck. There was another person that needed to do the unfinished business quest chain. The reason why I'm grouping up on this one is the follow-up we can still do, but the follow-up of the follow-up is kind of an elite step where you need to get in here and scout out a location. That is very hard to do it solo, but you can do it if needed. The guy is called Tiny Clary. Maybe a reference to a streamer called Tiny Violin, known for his hardcore griefing attempts. You know, Tiny Clarinet, Tiny Violin. Tiny Violin is known for like his 2 stunts that he pulled off where he both time wiped large amounts of HC Elite, arguably the best hardcore guild in terms of just regular progress and hardcoreness, sweatiness.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Good. We're doing a cauldron here. That cauldron.
That's still recharging.
That cauldron here is a bit of an issue. Specifically because all of the enemies here have nasty abilities, but by far the most nasty are the freezing wolves. Because if you pull multiples of those, they can permanently freeze lock you.
Aggro. Aggro. Aggro.
That spell isn't ready yet. I
Good.
can't pass
We're
that.
putting Curse of Tongues on him. He's a caster. That means the Shadow Bolts that now take like immense time to cast.
I'm out of range.
Aggro. Aggro.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging. I can't pass that yet.
Yeah, I think he's happy to have a Warlock at his side that will tank, essentially. So that the Void Walker is taking all of the damage and the Rogue can just focus on stunning.
That spell isn't ready yet. I can't pass that yet.
Yeah, and you can see like with 2 people, it's much more manageable, and maybe the game designers have actually thought about making all of this a 2-man endeavor. He's looking to get the wildlife quest, which I have already done. Let's trade in for the stem buff and do unfinished. business. Which, mind you, I can share with this gentleman. We're trading in, moving back up and giving it a go.
I need to get closer.
Aggro.
That's still recharging.
So we decided to do the last cauldron as well. These guys are super nasty.
Aggro.
Debilitating touch is like 20 stamina for 2
Aggro.
minutes, and if you just have too many hungering breath on you, you essentially get stacking 20 stamina debuff, which also reduces your health. So needless to say, you can lose quite a bit of health from them.
Aggro.
So that's one area where you never want to AoE farm. Hungering
Aggro.
breath are the best counter to that, and then the others, excuse me, are the banshees with their stupid silence and just overall
That's still
Aggro.
recharging.
shadow damage mechanic. Both together, nasty setup.
Aggro.
Past that yet.
I like to clear this area out well.
Aggro.
Cauldron Lord also comes with ads. These are just easy peasy. And now we got debilitating touch, and you can immediately see 200 hit points gone, right? So if that stacks 10 times on you, that's minus 2k hit points. So good luck doing anything with that.
I can't pass that yet.
Good, let's our companion heal. And whilst we're at it, here, just in case, you never know. So, this guy, not that simple either. Putrid Stench, but his little companions, the Haunted Visions, are a problem as well. Focus the boss, and let's go.
That's
Aggro.
still recharging. I can't pass that yet. I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet.
Luckily, the rogue has Blade Fury. Cool. So we get the key. Pretty sure that this will pull. Yep. Figured it would.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Aggro.
I can't pass that yet. That's still recharging.
So, he's at Grats for our friend, who just dinged.
I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
And that's the last cauldron done. Good coincidence that he needed the same cauldrons that we did. Okay, now off to unfinished business. Fast forward. Good. After a couple of kills, we got the rogue onto our quest step. Let me show you the fast way down without falling. Because the fast way down is essentially riding right here to here. To here, to here. And there we go. So, trade in.
What can I do for you? Farewell.
Same way up. Which is, we're riding all the way through here. Is the best way, by the way. And we're back in action. Cool. So, gotta kill 2 named mobs, and then afterwards the difficult part starts. Let's get the other, because mobs are cleared. He's right. It's more efficient. Ooh, fun challenge. That's nasty. Level 60 in Scholomans.
Aggro.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Yeah, together with the second set of damage, it's actually relatively easy for me to then just let the Voidwalker tank.
That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
And the mage has, rogue has fantastic interrupts, so that in itself is a blessing.
I can't cast that
With
yet.
Curse of Tongues, we are indeed quite blessed. But on the other hand, not
I
cool.
can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
Aggro.
Huntsman Radley, fully dotted, and there we go, fully killed. Cool. Now the other named mob. Which is in the tower back here. That quest line isn't too bad. I mean, it gives you quite a bit of experience, and I think even a good reward, specifically since it becomes an elite quest line at some point. So it's potentially that, and the quadrants are okay. Not great, but okay. This is arguably the one quest line that does not suck in Western Plaguelands. Everything else really
That's
not
still
fun.
recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
In terms of XP, 56, nearing 57. We still have Eastern Plaguelands, we still have Winter Spring, we still have Silithus if we wanted to.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
Aggro.
Alright, one of them is feared. All of them are slowed with their casting.
Aggro. Aggro.
That's still recharging. I need to get closer.
Oh, now we're slowed. Interesting. Well, guess what?
That spell isn't ready yet.
I'll position myself here, and we're just going to stick it out. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of mana going in, and that indeed was a difficult pull. But yeah, well done. So, I was about to say, in terms of experience, we're nearing level 57. We got Eastern Plaguelands, we got the full Winter Spring, we got, what else? Silithus, that is an option. A little bit of Felwood, just minor stuff. Dungeons, of course, if needed. BRD is always an option. Dangerous one, but an option.
Aggro.
I can't pass that yet. That spell isn't ready.
There's the Cavalier. And there's our unfinished business done. Next step. Next step is a bit more difficult, but doable. Good. We
Need help? See you around. Be careful.
get another 6k, and all we need to do now is finish the lookout, and off we go. Okay, now this is an elite area. We're okay with whatever is there, except for the named elites. They are slapping very hard.
Aggro.
Good. Let's see how the two of us handle like a 55 elite. Karnak is
Aggro.
keeping good amount of aggro, or threat rather, which is fine. These guys are unfortunately running. Curse of Recklessness can solve that. I rather want to be safe than sorry.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
So we're clearing both sides here. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. Like I said, just don't need to run into one of the named elites. That would suck big times.
Aggro.
I can't cast that yet.
Aggro.
Curse of Recklessness prevents them from running, so we're all good.
That spell
Aggro.
isn't ready yet. That's still recharging.
And the good part about this area, to be fair, is it just has a very, very sizable area where we could kite. Let's see how hard the Sentinel steps. 150 is not necessarily too bad. That's okay. Going to ignore this one. Rogues are always daredevils, like they never shy down from a challenge, because they do have indeed vanish. Zap Moon.
I can't cast that yet.
Aggro.
Okay, fantastic. Zap is a more reliable crowd control than just fearing them. Could go in with a super boost here, but a couple of things prevent me from doing that. Mainly because we do not have a great way of
Aggro.
keeping the aggro then. That's a nice little Libra.
I can't cast that yet.
Aggro.
Good. Let me tank this guy for a while. Drink up. Set food if you have. And it should be okay. One more pack. And then we are done. Good. Putting our armor up. Yep. That is why I wanted companionship. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. Nothing up here. We'll spawn up here. Could swear there was spawn up there last time that I did it, but whatever. That was a very clean way of doing it. That's by the way the kind of non-hardcore clip variant of how you can do that quest he referred to. Seeing clips up there of a guy doing it solo. There are a couple of clips there, and almost all of them end level. One needed to use an light of balloon, which is crazy for such a stupid quest. Another one died, and I think a level 59 died when falling down from the tower after just rushing in. Bottom line, just don't be that guy that tries to bypass all of the elites, because they actually step hard.
Well met. Safe travels.
There you go. No items, but good XP. Very, very well. I think that's pretty much it for the Western Plague Lands. We got a couple of good quests in, overall good episode, and yeah, thank you for watching. See you on the next episode. Bye bye.